The next 7 days are going to reveal a lot when it comes to the next few named storms we have in the Atlantic hurricane season, with 2 full-blown invest in 96L and 95L, as well as the remnants of Nicholas still continuing to spin and dump water over Louisiana and Texas this morning. We even got the Weather Channel a bit worried about what's going to happen here on the East Coast of the United States and then moving forward. And speaking of the East Coast of the United States and the Atlantic Ocean, I'm going to need an eye carumba here as we go visit a place called La Palma Volcano. And whoa, this may be a little weird to some of you, but we have a major volcano off the west coast of Africa that is very much being active right now with seismic activity and all sorts of stuff. And this place apparently has been known to be one of the biggest risks to the east coast of the United States as far as a tsunami goes. And taking a look at some of the crazy activity going on right in that area makes one think, could this be coming sooner than we thought? I'm going to break this down and our invest in the Atlantic Ocean right here, right now. Here we go. My friends, welcome back. September 17th, 9:52 a.m. and we are talking about the Atlantic Ocean for 2 very important reasons. One being our normal reason with our Invest 95L and 96L. We're going to break down both of those. But we also have a very unique situation going on that I don't think a lot of people know about. Some do, some don't. I was just taught about this. And I want to thank my buddy Chris, who sends me a lot of good information on seismic activity. And he's the one that pointed this out to me. And thinking about it, I have heard about this before, but didn't know how significant of a situation this could be. So we are looking at the USGS here, and actually we're going to need a different chart because the USGS is not going to show us what we need to see right now, and that is the west coast of Africa and its seismic activity. The fact that this earthquake we're about to look at was 4 days ago does not matter. A 5.7 earthquake, probably higher. It was more likely a 6.1 or a 6.2 took place in the Western Sahara Desert, not picked up by the USGS, but you could see that earthquake here, as well as a few other ones that took place within the last 3 to 4 days. So we had some sort of event go on here. And now keep this all in your mind as I'm going to tie it all together with a theory here. And we've been watching the Northeast. We're on our data buoy center that monitors our tsunami buoys, weather, wind, wave height, all those things. And for some reason in the Northeast here, we've been seeing these buoys get triggered by stuff. And 9 times out of 10 or more times than not, it could be a glitch. We could have something like a shark wanting to bite one of these or a boat running into it that alters the data and then it sets it off for 24 hours to let us know. So it's a good thing we know that it's working, but we're not getting any real answers as to why these buoys keep going off. In fact, we did relate one of these buoys in activation mode to an earthquake that was also not reported by the USGS. So we're seeing a theme here. So let's just say this. What if there is something going on at the La Palma volcano, a major, huge volcano off the coast of Africa that I brought us down to here on Google Earth to take a look at? And before we go any further, I want you to just take a look at the mouth of this volcano. It is absolutely massive, and this is actually an island of volcanoes. There's a bunch of volcanoes that run from the south end of the island straight up through the middle, and then the big open caldera of the La Palma volcano. And apparently, if this thing goes off and it's showing activity right now, and you can see on the right of your screen, this warning was put out after that 5.9 or 5.7, 6.1 earthquake that took place off that coast just miles from the volcano itself. And now this information is starting to make a lot of sense, as in maybe the Northeast data buoys are getting ready for a possible event, a test mode. I don't claim to know the answers whatsoever. That's why I bring the information to you guys so we can kind of debate it and talk about it in the comment section. But this is a very unique and significant situation, especially that the USGS doesn't report these seismic events that take place in this part of Africa. In fact, I was able to find a pretty good video with over 2 million views explaining some of the situations that can happen with this actual volcano. So it's nice to know there is information out there, but I had not heard of this. And because of the recent stuff going on with this part of the world, we can only assume that eventually something's going to take place that's going to get our attention, whether or not the data is being given to us or not. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to let me explain that. I'll dig into it a little more. It's a very interesting situation, but even more interesting, at least right now, is what's going on in the Atlantic. We're looking at the CMC and the GFS side by side, and now it looks like the CMC is showing that a long-term storm will form and come over the Leeward Lesser Antilles kind of bumping right into the Bahamas as well. Let's take a look at that first. All right, and I'm going to try to run through this fairly quickly because we have some changing info, of course, and we're going to come back and update this video. But here we are. We see our Invest 96L. Remember, 96L and 95L is down here. Very similar situations with the CMC and the GFS. We even saw that Weather Channel post talking about a significant impact here in the Northeast, depending on what this storm wants to do based on the Bermuda Atlantic bubble and the jet stream, two forces that will control this storm over the next few days. But as of right now, we see it kind of burn out, swooping up that name Odette as a tropical storm, maybe a Category 1 hurricane as it gets past, surprise, surprise, Newfoundland, and then up towards Ireland, England. But we're going to show the similarities with the CMC and the GFS. But real quick, take a look at what happens on the CMC after we say goodbye to Odette. Within 24 hours, we see that Invest 95L, which has been trekking across the warm water belt this whole time, finally blows up just above the Lesser Antilles, Leeward Islands, and Puerto Rico. Now take a look at this path. We go right through the Bahamas, now getting into a significant hurricane right there, and now just sitting right off the coast of the Bahamas and the east coast of Florida, the Carolinas, just waiting for a direction to go in. Again, the Bermuda Atlantic bubble could push this storm towards the U.S., while the jet stream is trying to force it out, and we could get a shot right up to the northeast. Anything is possible at this point with this storm. And now to tie this up with the GFS, we have a similar situation with the possibility of Odette right here. This is basically happening as we speak. We'll be monitoring this throughout. But take a look, once it gets up towards Newfoundland, just like we've been reporting for storm after storm after storm, the CMC and GFS very much agree here, and we already see Invest 95L way down here forming. But here is the difference between the CMC and the GFS right now. The GFS actually sees this storm forming and then fizzling out. So this could scoop up a name like Peter, which would be the next name after Odette, and then fizzle out very quick. Remember, on the CMC, they show this becoming a very significant hurricane right here. So with the CMC, Peter could be a very significant storm. With the GFS, Peter could be a come-and-go storm. And then, as we discussed 2 days ago, we don't see this on the CMC, but we see the formation of Rose as we enter the beginning of October. Yes, I know that's far away, and chances are will change in data, but just seeing this repetitive cycle moving through October is very interesting for the 2021 season. All right, so how crazy is all that stuff, especially with the La Palma volcano? That is just very interesting stuff. I'm going to look into that a little more, as well as keeping up to date constantly on all these tropical threats going on in the Atlantic Ocean. We still have all of September and probably most of October to deal with significant hurricanes, and could be at any given moment. And that's why we're here. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by to watch this video. Shout out to Canada. If you have not already, take a minute and listen to the ending of this video, just a small message, and I'll be back later on today or tomorrow morning, my friends. Have a great rest of your day and stay safe. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.